the management of users, actually, their roles and the capability, the privileges, what they can do, what they cannot, in addition to the management of the database contents. We knew that the first security approach, it is based on the architecture, server, domain, or let's say database in question, the objects, the schema, and then after the objects. This approach actually it will never be actually forgotten. It has to be the first measurement we have to settle in order to secure our data. What we are going to do today, actually, through the those practices, is to manage the user's sessions, the user's roles, and also the schemas inside the architecture of the database. We created already one database as class. We continue on that. First task is asking us to create 3 users, user 1, user 2, and user 3. And after we're going to map them with actually some privileges. We'll do that one by one. We start by creating the users first of all, the users, the group of users. So SSMS, let's get started. SSMS, our SQL Server Management Studio. I'm going to log in as an administrator, system admin, SA, system admin. My password, my administrator password. Yes, I'm in. Great. Wait, I'm in. Okay. Immediately, I'm going to refer to my database. Yes, here it is. It is available already, I believe. Okay. What I'm gonna do immediately, I'm gonna create the first user and the second user and then the third user. Then after we will be mapping each user to its roles. We have 2 security entries. We have this first security, which is linked to the database. See, it is a sub function from this database. It is a directory inside the database level. And you have the second security, which is here. This one is a subdirectory to whom? To the server, to the database itself, not to the server, to the database. It is with the database level, and it is a subdirectory to the server, to this one. So if we minimize this database, we'll find the security at the same site, at the same level, which both they are actually linked to the server itself. So the security of the server, this one is to the server. And this one will be utilized to create the users, not this one. We can create users here, yes, and those users that would be actually linked to this database only. We'll be actually starting with those on this level here with the server, with the server login. So logins here, we're going to add a new user, so new login from the server security hive. Then the logins, right click, new login. First user, I'm going to give it the name user 1, like the question said, user 1. And I'm going to give him a mixed mode to access the SQL Server authentication. I'm going to give him a password. Okay. Second, I'm going to repeat. Then I have 3 options here. I'm going to discuss with you. I'm going to discuss them right now. I'm gonna admit, actually, because I respected the enforcement required by the password, so he will pass me this one. So I'm gonna go press OK. It went, and the user 1 here it is generated. I'm gonna create the second user. Right click, sorry, not here, right click. I'm gonna give it the name user 2. Also, I'm going to give him the authentication as a SQL Server authenticated user. I'm going to give password, okay, another password, and I'm going to say okay. With the enforcement, I did not respect. No, actually, password violation or validation failed. This is a violation, which is clearly said it's related to the password. The password does not meet the Windows policy requirements. The password here for this user 2 does not meet the Windows policy requirements. Okay, great. So first of all, before I continue and I tell you what are those what is this password and what is actually to make you understand what are the security policies that this Windows is setting, is imposing, and which are not respected here. So I'm going to show you how and from where. So I'm going to open the control panel. I'm going to open the control panel. I'm going to change to here small icons. Good. And I'm going to go to the administrative tools. Small icons, then administrative tools. This one. Here it is. And from here, I'm going to say, I believe it's the local policy, local security policy. This is the one. I'm forbidden to open it. I'm forbidden to open it because I'm using shared from the domain computer, so I will not be able to open this privileged entry. So I'm going to say close. Actually, it does not give me anything. But from here, the policies for the password are set. From here, the policies are set. So regardless, if we open actually virtual machine, we will find that. But for now, this entry does not give us actually the access because of security measurement. But whatever, here we understand that those enforcement settings that they actually force me not to use such short password, they are set there in the local policy. So for this password only, it will not be actually going. I'm going to just use, for example, a longer password. I'm going to say, yes, let's say. I'm going to just repeat it again. Great. Next. Okay. Still, it is a long password. It is a long password, but still it is a violation because I'm using only numbers here. I'm going to just use now. I'm going to respect the rule now. The rule says actually it has to be actually an 8-character long at least with letters and numbers and symbols. So I'm going to just like, yes, it goes very fine. It goes very fine. So user 2 has been created now. I believe that you understood what are those, what is this criteria, what I was explaining. So let's create the third user now. User 3. Usually, also it's a SQL authenticated user. I'm gonna give a password here. I'm gonna respect from the beginning here the password policy. Great. So I'm gonna keep the enforcement here. Actually, it's a security measurement. I can take it off. But no, I need, and we need to keep the enforcement here to make the password more strong. And it is not the same, seems to be. Yes, let me just press OK. Yeah, okay, great. One. So 3 users we have. 3 users we have, and they are actually related to whom? To the security hive, which is server security. The security of the server. What does it mean? It means that those 3 users, they are able to log into this server. They are capable to log into this server. If we created users in this security hive only here, they would be actually capable only to access the database. See the icon even. See the icon. It has a database in background. So it is only for the database. Here, no, it's for the server. Those people, they will access the server itself. Let's do that. What is that? Let's access the server using those 3 users. So here I'm logging as SA. Let's log in as user 1. So again, I'll keep this SA connected, and I'm going to connect again here. I'm going to change this SA to be the same word, user 1, the same spelling here. And my password, I'm going to type my password, the password I typed earlier. I have to retype the password again. That's great. That's great. So he's asking me to change the password. I'm gonna say okay and log it in. Why he asked me to change the password? Because when we created a new user, the enforcement here we kept user must change the password to next login. Here it is. We kept this tick on. So once we log in, it will ask us by force to change the login, change the password. So this is the user one. Let's log in as user two also. So it's user two, and my password. Okay, it is asking me to change the password also. That's great. So it is working very fine. Yes, logged in. User two has been logged. Let's log in the third user also. Third connection. Validated is asking me to change the password. Okay, yes, logged in. Now, how many instances we have? We have 4 instances logged to the server. We have 4 instances logged to the server. Do they have the same rights? Absolutely no. Can they do the same roles? Absolutely no. What does it mean? For example, this user one, is he able to see the database students? Which database? This one. Is he able to see these database students? Let's see. Database inside this user one. Let's log in as the user one first. Okay, I'm logged in as user one, and let me see the database. The student is here. Can I open it? No. Student is not accessible. Database students is not accessible. The database students is not accessible. You cannot open. You cannot open. Is there any problem? No, there is no problem. It's a control. I'm gonna confirm that. I'm gonna log in as SA now. And see if I will get the same message or not. Okay. Database students, it is open to me. Let me open it here. Let me refresh first. Here. Let me open it here. Still, student is not accessible object. Actually, here in this user one, I'm not able to access even as an administrator. Even as administrator. What should I do here at this level? Shall I not do anything? Just create the database under my name and that's it? No, no, no. It's not. It's not like that. We have to map the users and so on. Let's see the roles of this SA. We are logged in as SA, no? So security hive, where it is. Security hive. Logins. What is the SA? Here is the SA. Let's check its properties. And from the properties, I'm going to choose roles, server roles. Does he have anything? He has a public role and a admin role. So 2 roles he has. I'm gonna make him DB owner if I found. DB creator, it's okay. Okay, I'm gonna give him the let's say DB creator, and I'm gonna give him what else? System admin, server admin. Okay, let him the server admin server, which is the SQL server. No, I'm gonna confirm that. What add member failed for service DB creator. Okay, exception cannot use the special principal SA. Okay, that's good. It's not the one to add him here. So let me. I give him only server admin. Still, I cannot. So for the server admin, I'm not able to do anything. I'm gonna leave it like that. I will not modify. I'm gonna go to user mapping. I'm gonna map this user. I'm gonna map this user to be an owner, DB owner. Here it is. He is actually a DB owner. For the students, he's an owner. DB access admin. That's good. I'm gonna add reader, writer. Yes, maybe DB admin. Okay, and let's confirm. It's enough. Still, I cannot specify. I cannot use the special principal DBO. It is the DBO. Let me explain that. No, I'm gonna cancel everything. Actually, we tried what we tried right now, and let me explain what happened exactly. The system admin is already mapped with a list of roles that we have to admit. He is the administrator already, so we just admit his privileges. Let me log in as user one, and open the database here from students from this SA account. Let me log in as user1. Okay, I'm logged in as user1. Can I open? Let me refresh. I'm gonna open the database students. Here it is. It's not accessible by Object Explorer 1. So I'm not able to access this students database, which is created by this login, by this actually administrator as a user admin. I'm gonna try to map this user here, user number one, right click, properties, and from here I'm gonna tackle the rows, DB creator maybe, system admin, and let's say disk admin also. It's okay. Okay, giving him some rows to do. And most of them the DB creator. Let me refresh. Refresh. Okay. Okay, I refresh this entry. Let me open the database students. It is opening now. It is working very fine. Let me check the tables. It is working very fine. It is running without any issue. So we reach to map the user one to be able to run the database students. Can we run that from the user two databases? Student two students, okay? Just as we open. No, we cannot. From within student or user two, we are not able to use anything. It is limited. We cannot do that. You have to log in as a user two or something else. Let me try to open to log in as user two. Here, modify to user two, and password is wrong. User two, I said. made mistake. Did I miss the password or what? I'm gonna cancel. I'm gonna log in again as user 2. Okay. Connect. It seems to me I forgot the password. Ah, yes, because I changed the password. I'm sorry, I'm using the old password. Yes. I'm logged in as user 2. Let me try to open the database students. Students. Open. I cannot. From here, I cannot. Can I open the user 1 database too? Refresh first of all. Okay, it's not logging in. I'll be like the same way user 2. I'm gonna try to open this database here. Whatever here, I'm gonna refresh only from here. Okay, I'm gonna open the database users tables. Yes, it is opening very fine. It is opening very fine. Um, log in as user 2. My password. Let me open. Let me open. User 2. Okay, that's it. I open. Let me open it a bit. It opens very fine. User 2 here is mapped as a DB create. Let me check the properties of this user 2. But while I am SA, I'm gonna connect as an SA. Give the user 2 the privileges, the right privileges actually. I am as SA. Let me map the user 2. Right click on the user 2. Refresh. And from the window that I get, I'm gonna map the roles of this. He is not mapped. I'm gonna set him as a DB creator, and so actually admin. It's okay. It's enough. Mapping. I'm gonna map the student's database to his roles: writer, reader, updater, and administrator. The others we don't need. DB owner also DB owner. Let's say DB owner because he will be able to open the databases. User 3, third one. It is there actually. Logged in, that's great. I'm gonna try to open the database here in the user, not 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, under the user 3 databases. 2, no, the student, sorry, user 2 and the database student. I'm not able to log in, so uh, there is a problem here. What I'm gonna do to trespass this issue that I want to open. Tell me, no, inaccessible. It's not accessible. Great. While I'm user 3 only, I logged in as a user 3. I'm going to log in as administrator now. I'm going to log in as administrator. Who is the administrator? Is the SA, system admin. Okay, I'm logged in, and I'm gonna map the user 3 now also. Right click, properties. From the properties, I'm gonna check the roles. He's not the creator. I'm gonna set him as a creator. I'm gonna set him as a sysadmin. I'm gonna say okay. Then again, properties, mapping. The same actually. I had to use the same window. Students is the database we need in question. I'm gonna make him system admin. I'm gonna make him DB owner and also DB writer. It's okay, I believe so. Confirm. Let me now come back and open this database hive, database entry. From here, I'm gonna chat. I'm gonna update databases. It's not here. I'm gonna refresh the hive here. Refresh, here it is. Okay. Students, I'm gonna open it. It opens very fine. Here it is. It opens very fine. So this way you are able to manipulate your users and your objects in the sense of if you want to create a new user and you map him to a database, you can do that. So you clearly have this solution. Sorry, I'm gonna pass a little bit one step further to manage the schemas immediately. I'll give you the chance to create those entities. I need you to create those entities like we did last class. I'm not gonna explain that to you. You have to do that yourself. What I'm gonna do now, immediately, I'm gonna move to let's say the activity I need you to manipulate much more, which is the work with schemas. The work with schemas. Actually, we need to work with schemas actually to manipulate the objects inside. It's an in-depth security. So let's do that. First of all, I need to check. If this is an example only, no more. I need to check what are the schemas available in my. So, who am I? Who am I? I'm gonna connect again as sysadmin. SA. Okay, I'm a sysadmin. I'm gonna open the query builder from here. When I opened the database selected here is master. I'm gonna use the students. Oh, which students? This database. This is the one, the same one. This is the one. I'm gonna select use, not user, use. Select, highlight, execute. Successfully changed. It changed to here to students. It changed here to students. Okay. Now I'm gonna check the schemas available in my let's say server. Select star from sys dot schema. Select and highlight first and then after execute. There is a problem near the schema. Here I said schemas. Select execute. Okay. He given me the list of the schemas available in this computer. He given me the list of schemas available in this computer. What I'm gonna do actually in this regard is to display the list of tables for a specific. I'm gonna display the list of tables for a specific schema. So actually I'm confused because of this. Okay, that's the main question actually. I'm gonna select. Come on. Since I'm gonna uh, display the schema names. Actually, schema name here it is. Select it. And between parentheses, it's the schema ID. Schema ID from. I'm writing in a new line. from sys schemas. Let's say system, or let's say, let me try the sys schemas. Okay, highlight all now. Execute. Here it is. The schemas we have. Actually, the one we need to go for is the DBO, is the DB owner. DB owner. It's the DBO. This is the one, the first one. But he's the by default the available, let's say, schema. Even though actually we can go for the actually display of the schemas based on the table itself. So I'm gonna just do the same thing. Copy. I'm gonna make a small modification here. Instead of schemas, I'm gonna say tables. Okay, here it is. I'm gonna select, execute. I have tables spelling. Yes. Okay, we have the tables and we have the schemas. Actually, we have two schemas in this case, quiz and DBO. All of them, they are under those two schemas. Let's create a new schema. Let's create a new schema. We have three schemas now, and we have tables here, and you are going to create new tables here. Actually, I believe they are five. They are five tables. Task 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There are five entities. There are five tables. I'm going to show you only how to deal with one, and that's it. The others you have to create yourself, because we had a solution last class. So let's go further. I'm going to create a new schema. We have DBO and Chris. I'm going to create a new schema. So create schema. I'm going to give the name here actually financial schema. Financial schema. Okay. Okay, financial schema. Okay, that's enough. I'm going to select the line. Okay, I'm going to execute. Completed successfully. Let me now again select the schemas. What are the schemas? Are they the same? Still, they are the same. Actually, create schema, financial schema. Still, it's not visible. Still, it's not visible because it does not have any reference. I'm gonna link one of the tables, for example, these departments, to the schema, to this new schema. So I'm gonna say use in the sense of it's not. I'm gonna modify. So alta schema. I'm gonna give the name, which is the financial, not the financial. Financial, yes, financial, the same word. Same word. Transfer. I'm going to say the table departments as we discussed earlier. Transfer departments. I'm going to say not departments. DBO dot departments. Departments, yes. So let me highlight and let me execute now. There is a problem here. Transfer. There is a problem here. Transfer. There is a problem. What was the problem here? What did I do? Correct syntax near transfer. Let me read word well actually to alta schema, financial schema, transfer. Yeah, we had actually the question. Let me just have the guide from my question. Yeah, here it is actually. Alta schema, transfer. DBO, I don't know actually here any table you have in question. Let me check the typo. Yes, the typo is the problem. Now if I execute, cannot find the object department. Because it does not exist or you do not have permissions. Okay. I'm gonna refresh here again. See, it has been changed to Chris because it has been changed earlier. So I'm gonna say Chris here. Here it is changing Chris. So I'm gonna change Chris. Refresh, execute. Unable to start the transact SQL debugger. Could not connect to the database engine instance lab. Make sure you have. I'm gonna say again. I'm gonna connect. Yes, execute successfully. Nothing. I did not do anything for that error message. I just waited a few seconds and it has been happening. It is executed. Only that. What happens? Actually, if I open the databases now, the tables, sorry, I will find what is the name? Departments. Yeah, departments. Financial schema dot departments. Financial schema dot departments. Here it is. Financial schema dot departments. Means it happened. It happened very very perfect. Great. Uh, okay, one last. Actually, I'm gonna just again. I'm gonna again check the content of the schema. I'm gonna just highlight and execute. 4 rows affected. No, still I'm gonna here only execute. Yes, here it is. We have the DBO and we have the financial schema. So it works very fine. We are able to extract the content of the schema. We are able to extract the schemas we have actually in our database in question. So if you'd like to delete any, I'm going to create a new schema. I'm going to just create a new schema and delete it to show you how to delete it. Let's say FS financial schema. We'll give it the name FS. Execute. It has been happened. Let me check again the schemas. No, this one. Let me check this one first of all. Execute. Yes, we have everything. And most of them, the financial scheme. The financial schema is available also from the list in between the list of the schemas. List of the names of the schemes. List of the names of the schemes. I'm gonna delete this financial. I'm gonna delete this financial. Not the no, our database. Our schema is the FS. Here it is available. Here it is available. I'm gonna delete this FS. What should I do at the end here? Drop schema FS. Execute, highlight and execute. It's not one field execute. One record actually, one command has been executed successfully. Let me check the schemas available. From the schema. Let me check the schemas again. Here it is. We do not have the FS. We do not have the FS. Because we deleted it. Okay, I'm gonna send you this recording and I need to see the request. I need to see all of those entities, the 5 entities here. I need to see them in your database. and I need to see those three users in your database. In addition to what I explained regarding the the schemas, I need to see an output of all. Please, if you hear your name, just say yes. I'm sending you the video now.